Hello, and welcome here on my working table. If you just have hit this little video here, my name is Lisbeth, I'm Danish, and I'm an abstract mixed media artist who likes to do many different things, and amongst them are stitching. And I have divided my content up in playlists, so it is easy for you to find what interests you and skip the other things. But this video here is about, how can I say it? Last year, a woman named Rita, who has a channel called Rustic, she was a part of my Stitch Circle Show challenge, and she made every week she made the challenge, and she had made a very nice book with all her embroideries in. And I will put a link to her channel here below under the little word more, so you can go in there. But this year she decided to make another challenge, a weekly one. In some ways it's very similar to mine, and in other ways it isn't, because she has chosen some different rules, and she calls it a word challenge, and that is what she will do every week. Pick a word from a small teapot or what it is. She has all these small paper pieces in with the words. And I won't explain a lot more about it. You can go and find it on her channel yourself. But the first week of 2026, the word is noble. And I have decided to do week one. I don't know if I will do all weeks, because I have my own challenge going and do a lot of other things, but sometimes perhaps I will make a video if I have time, or it doesn't take a long time. Perhaps I will make them all. I don't know yet, but we will see. But I will make week ones for sure, and that is what I will be doing today. I very often, when I do things, work in the earth tones and the rust tones and the muted colors. And to try to do this a little different, and perhaps if I'm doing more than this one or several, I have decided I would do them all on black fabric and use white and red and black thread. And then we see how difficult it will be for me if some of the words are, but we will see. But that is what I will be using here. And when I think of the word noble, I immediately think of the old Danish noble people who lived on big castles and so on, and they were very rich compared to the peasants or the lowest in the society. They were really poor and they were really rich, the noble people. And that got me thinking about gold, because gold was very expensive at that time. So I picked up 2 pieces of gold fabric. And another thing was, all the nobles were the first people who learned to read or write, and write, not all. And they also were the first ones who have libraries in their castles and so on. And that got me thinking about some old book pages. And I have some small stamps here with gold and red. So I think this is the materials I will try to fit into this little piece here called Noble. And I have picked a piece of very soft fabric. It is from an old sheet or something, because I don't sew in a hoop, and I like to have this piece a little more sturdy, so it is easier to hold on to. And I know Rita is recommending 12 by 12 centimeters or 5 by 5 inches. I have made mine a little bigger. This is 14 by 14, and it doesn't matter. And this is because was the measurement I used all year long last year in my stitch circle short challenge, so I'm so used to this measurement here. And I will just, I don't know what I will do with them, if I make more, or if I make more I will perhaps make a book and put them in. I don't know that yet, but I will invisible paste this background fabric on, and I can show you that, and then I will find out what to do here on my piece. I always make this fabric a little smaller than the substrate here, because yeah, I don't want you to see the background here, but the invisible basting goes like this, and I know I've shown you 1,000 times, but you go a couple of threads back, come up about 1 centimeter ahead of you, go down a couple of threads back, and come up 1 centimeter ahead of you, and that way you make the tiniest stitches on the front, so you can hardly see them, and here in the black you can't see them, and then you make these long stitches here on the back like this. So I will just do this all the way around my little square here. If you're sewing on heavier fabric, or you're sewing in a hoop, you perhaps don't need to do this, but I like to have a sturdy fabric to sew onto. So I will be back when I've been all the way around. So done with the basting, and you can see all the big stitches here on the back, and I've just weaved my end in between the 2 layers. But else I can tell you, oh my, here in Denmark we have winter now, and all last year there wasn't coming a drop of snow, but this morning earth and sky went to one, and it was snowing and snowing. Right now it has stopped, and there's coming a little sun out, but I will insert a little video for those of you who ain't used to seeing so much snow. But else I will continue here, and now the fun part begins. What am I going to do here on this substrate? I have a small box with red scraps in, and I think I will find a little piece of that I can use here. So I have this piece here. I think I will use something like this. And yeah, what do I do? I want a piece of this, and I want torn edges. It is a very brittle paper, so I have to be a little careful. But I think I can manage. Now I'll just take the white border off, and see how big a part I want to use of it. Also this is written in Gothic language, and I can hardly read it. Oh, we also in Danish call them curled letters. Yeah, if I take a part of that up here and a part of gold under, that is perhaps what I will be doing. And even though I can't read this, and you probably can't either, I will put it upside down. So yeah, it goes like this. And then I think I will take a piece of gold. And I have this one. It is really in your face gold, this one. And I have this one here. That is perhaps a little better. I think I will cut a strip out, or here, and perhaps I will do it on my cutting mat. Yeah, and I can see I perhaps should have ironed my fabric, but you know me, I'm not in love with my iron. And here we go. Off with that. And yeah, how big do I want it? About that size. I think about here. Normally I like torn fabrics, but I don't think I can tear this one here. And about there. So let us see. Oh, mind you, take care of your fingers. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, it was. So let me see here. There. From there. And there. I like the black to peek up, and then perhaps I can put that thing there or there. Yeah, perhaps there. I don't know that yet, but these things here I want to invisible base down to, and then I will have to decide what kind of stitches I want to use. And of course you can use needles or pins. Yeah, pins here in the fabric, but I don't think it works so well with pins in paper. Then you got holes and you got them where you perhaps don't want them. But I will just take my glue stick and here it is, and put a light amount of glue on. Just dab it. On there, so it sits there until I have invisible basted down. And this piece here, perhaps I just want to sew. I will wait with this one until I have sewn these two on. And I don't think I have a gold thread so small or thin, so I can invisible baste it so I can't see the lines, but the stitches. But I will take a yellow or whatever I have. Oh, yeah, what else could we do? I could also make overcast stitches or straight stitches. Yeah, I will start with this one. So this is invisible base down, and I decided to do running stitches, but I will do them in rounds instead of in lines. So I've been all the way around, so I will just start a little in here and go around again, and you probably all know running stitches. And I don't mind if they ain't parallel. I will just go for it. Gold and red are very nice together, I think. So this is what I will be doing all over this piece of gold. So I will show it to you when I've been all the way around. I have just sewn this down with running stitches, and the same here in the little stamp. And you can see when you stitch in paper, while you are coming up, it makes a great, oh, what is it? I think it's called that, but you can just give it a little with your nails, so you close a little of the hole off, and it isn't so, it gets white because you can see the back side of the paper is coming up with here when you stitch. But use your nail and do a little about it, then you can nearly get it to disappear. And here it doesn't matter, here you can't see it. But I have a little thread left here, so I think I will do a little wipe, whipped running stitches here. So I'll just come up in the hole again, take the other end of my needle and go in the stitch and in the stitch. And here it's important you do it from the same side every time. I go from right to left, and so you don't suddenly do it this way, so it would get a little more definition. But I'll do this all the way around. It is a quite funny piece, this here. I am absolutely not a word person. I was very old before I learned to read and write. But I've come after it since. I read a lot of books today and I'm a fast reader. But things with word, it's not something that is tricking me or give me inspiration at all. So my inspiration is colors and shapes and nature. And I'm really excited. I don't know if that's the right word, but I'm what would this end up like when I'm totally out of my comfort zone and doing something with words? Will my work here be very different than it normally is? Will it be different because I'm using another color scheme than I normally do? Yeah, I don't know. I think only time can show, and maybe I figure out this isn't something for me with all these words, but I will give it a try. Yeah, I will just do it here in the last and secure my ends. So done with all this stitching here, and I think I want to do some special stitches in this long strip here. And when you think of noble, you also, I also think of queens and kings. And I don't know, in your countries, many of you don't have kings and queens, but we English speaking or English British people do, and we do, and in Norway and Sweden and Belgium and Holland we have. But the kings, when there are big ceremonies, they wear now I have to look here, an ermine cloak. And an ermine is a small white creature, and it is the most expensive skin, or you can, not skin, what is it called? Leather with fur. Yeah, fur, it is called fur, I think. The most expensive thing you can buy. So therefore the royalties' cloaks had a banner in front of them sitting on the cloaks. And in fact, in Danish there is a stitch called, in Danish it's called hermelin stitch, and a hermelin is the same as an ermine in English. So I want to do this stitch here. I can let it be here for a little while if anybody wants to take a screenshot. And I will just do them in black down here, not to bring any more colors in, and drizzle them down here. So I will just come up and go down here and come up a little further down here, cross over, and cross under there, and go up here. It's not a stitch I have done before, so yeah, something like this. I think I will make them longer and closer, the two legs there closer, but practice, you know, is the only way to get better. So I will make it a little longer and come up a little closer here. There. We'll go there. There. And there. Yeah, I don't know how much it looks like the one on the picture, but there. Maybe it's better if I step stitch here so I can come closer. Whoops, and there. My eye and my needle, and not my eye and the needle, there. And up as close as I can here. And out here. I think yeah, this is perhaps better. I will sew them. Yeah, you can perhaps hardly see it because I'm sewing with black, but this is the way they look. I will sew them all the way down. So this is how it ended up, my piece here for this word challenge. And you can see I've stitched all the way down here. I will take some close-ups at the end of the video. I really don't know how much I like it. It is quite bling bling there, but yeah, that was the best I could come up with when I was thinking of the word noble. But if you have liked what you have seen here or been inspired, please give my video a thumbs up and please consider subscribing my little Danish channel. And also go and look out for Rita's video. And you find her link here below the little word more. So I will only say please take care, and please be creative, and not but least of all, please be nice to each other. So perhaps you will see me with week 2, but I don't know yet how much time I have, but time will show. But bye bye for now.